Hi there, welcome back to the Spark is Love. My name is Casey, and today we're going to be talking about food safety. Now, I'm breaking down these education flyers because usually we get them, but we don't really read them. Or sometimes we read them, but we don't really understand. Or I'm just putting my 2 cents in, okay? So, food safety at home. Now, I'm gonna just tell you some of these things. I have been preparing food for a long time, and some of these things I didn't even know. So, if you're hearing some of this for the first time, don't feel bad because I am too, okay? So, every year, right? They say millions of people get sick from food illnesses. I know that. But usually, when you think about food illness, I'm thinking about, if you eat bad food, you're thinking about nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, it coming out from both ways. But they said that food illness can cause you to feel like you have the flu. I thought that was very interesting because as a woman, as a mom, you may see your mate and you may think, well, nobody had diarrhea, so and nobody didn't go to the hospital. But if they have flu-like symptoms, it could be from the way the food was prepared. So just good looking out. I didn't know that. Okay, so if you do have food illness, if you do think something happened, there's some options you could do. Of course, you can call your doctor right away, try to get medical care, call your local health department, and then you can always call the USDA, the FDA, food package of whatever you suspect may have gotten you ill, right? Now, there are some people who are particularly at risk for being um, who are particularly at risk because of having bad food. And this would be your pregnant women, the older adults, and people who are suffering from certain diseases such as HIV, cancer, diabetes, kidney disease, etc. Okay? So let's get into it. 4 steps, right? Clean. So you want to make sure you're washing your hands, your food, your countertop, and your cooking tools before you start in warm soapy water for at least 20 minutes. But something that they said here is that you want to make sure that you rinse your fruits and veggies and do not wash meat, poultry, fish, or eggs. They say if water splashes from the sink in the process of washing, it can spread bacteria. I never heard that, but it makes sense. For me, I usually put vinegar in my vegetables, in my fruits, in my meats. I put some distilled vinegar and let it sit there for a while. Tell me what you do. Share with me, okay? We learn it together. They say that you clean the lids on canned goods before opening. And I think this is something that is so easy to forget. Some people, what they do, as soon as they bring canned goods home, before they store it away, they actually clean it first, okay? So that they don't have to remember afterwards. Okay, number 2, separate or keep apart. So you want to keep meat, poultry, seafood, eggs separate from other foods. And they say that you want to start doing that in the shopping cart, in your shopping bags, and in your refrigerator. Don't reuse marinades that was used on raw foods unless you first bring them to a boil. So they're saying all of this because germs could spread from one food to another. And so when you keep them separate, you're kind of avoiding that. Use a special cutting board or plate for raw foods only. So if you're going to cut up, maybe you cut up the chicken raw and then you cooked it and then you want to cut it up again, you want to use a separate cutting board for that. And I'm not assuming because sometimes you don't know until you know. Okay, so this is why I'm doing this. Okay, so number 3, cook. So Your food needs to get hot and stay hot in order to kill the germs. Heat kills the germs, right? And this is a lot when it comes to meat. So you have like your raw vegans, you know, some, your fruits and vegetables, if you wash it really clean, most of them you can eat raw. But when it comes to meats, right? Your beef, your fish, your ground beef, your turkey, duck, etc. You want to make sure that these foods are well cooked. And something, you could look at it, but usually they say getting a thermometer actually makes sure, because you have certain degrees. Like, for example, fish, 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicken, 165 degrees Fahrenheit. How are you going to know that if you don't have a thermometer? So, getting a thermometer and sticking it in the meat, make sure that the temperature on the inside is what it needs to be so that no one gets sick. Last but not least is chill. So it says to put food in the fridge right away. So they give you a 2 hour window, right? To put foods in the refrigerator or freezer after you buy it from the store. And then they say 1 hour window if you live like Florida, like me, and it's 90 degrees or hotter outside. Make sure within 1 hour you put your food right away. Something that it said here is that when you're thawing food out, throw the food in the refrigerator, under cold water, or in the microwave. Don't just simply take it out of the refrigerator. Guilty. I have done that before. Just let it sit out on the counter, until it's thawed out. But they say that actually is a little bit dangerous. And when you are marinating foods, you want to make sure you put, like I'm from the Caribbean, we put our seasoning and you get your food nice and marinated. Well, put that in the refrigerator to let it do all the marinating. And I would just be honest with you. When you put it in the refrigerator, it kind of slows the process down. So you want to do it overnight so that the juices really get in there. Okay, okay, okay. Now I'm getting hungry. But I hope this was helpful. Tell me what you have done to make your food healthier and safe. Tell me some tricks that you have come across that you realize, oh man, I was doing this all wrong. Some of the foods, safe, as far as safety and the actual preparation, some of the foods, if you don't wash it a certain way, cut it a certain way, or cook it a certain way, it can actually be dangerous and you can actually miss out on some of those nutrients. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your experiences of foods and food safety. Okay? I'm looking forward to hear from you. Until next time, I'll see you later. Thank you for joining. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. It helps get the word around, okay? You don't know until you know. Okay? Bye.